perfect time for me to, like start talking. It has been for about half a minute now. Listen, sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh wait, yeah. I should get off starting soon. Swabbing the day, exactly. Now we can all mop dance. Let us mop dance together. Yeah, I mean, I do want. So I talked about this is not what we're talking about today. At least not what I intend to talk about. There's one big subject, but yeah. I mean, it is kind of applicable. I talk about training with Patreon, and the man who can't do any. Oh my goodness! Thank you for the subscription. Oh, Pig gifted a sub to Greg. I appreciate it, Pig. Thank you. Hi, gamer. But yeah, the man who can't do anything is kind of on just like a indefinite hiatus, meaning I'd love to continue it, but doing so in any current near future is kind of ridiculous. So I'm just putting it off for now. But we're gonna keep the emotes and stuff like that. But with that in mind, I do want more of my emotes to be like the other characters we got going on in our different series. Like the cartoon we're gonna be working on, and Fossil Boy, the other comic that's gonna be coming out. I finished the first strip, and it will be releasing on Patreon on Monday, and then 2 months after that it will go on Webtoon, Instagram, etc. What else? Oh yeah, but yeah, I want to, like, excluding follower emotes, I'm planning to probably replace Hunter as an emote. I'm gonna keep Pride Arm, and I love the bit ones being Yang. So yeah, probably just Hunter and then some different animated emotes that will come out that are related to the cartoons we're making. But regardless, I'd like to talk about something. I apologize. Yeah, if you were here, you could see Juice's like the anxiety, and I'm sorry about that. I hope no one is like, dang it, Cahill said he needs to talk, on a public forum. What? This is. It's. I hope it's not that serious for anyone, but yeah, it's just I've been dealing with all. I appreciate everyone being here. Hello, Paula. Hello, Gamer. Hello, Riku and Pig and Juice. But it's mostly just the fact that, despite being a job, the fact that this is a job that I moved here for, it's probably been not the best financial decision I've ever made. It's not a good thing. That is true. That is fair, and that is true, and that is completely understandable. I just realized, how do I don't, oh wait, okay, there we go. What was I just thinking of? Yeah, that's what we're working on. Okay, chat, we need to talk. Yeah, but I just wanna, yes. Well, that's the thing. Let me start off by saying something. There is no pressure on anyone to do anything about my life, etc., etc. Like, y'all, that is mainly the thing I want to talk about, is like, basically to move home after this, back to Jersey, which I have every intent to do. That is true. I should have gone with chat. I need a train ticket. And the train ticket is ridiculously expensive. Far more than any train ticket should be, in my opinion. Considering at one point, it was just, you'd think in an age where there's so many forms of transportation to take long distances, trains would be a little less expensive, but no. For one Cahill, we have a pretty large um, tasks in front of us in forms of train fees. And at this point, I've spent a lot on living by myself here to have this job, and digging further into whatever little savings I have left to get the train ticket is like, that's gonna make me feel awful by the time I get back to Jersey. And the railway system is a monopoly. You know what? Fair enough. Well, this is why Monopoly should only ever be a game. Monopoly, everyone is so mad about the board game Monopoly, but the real, but non-game Monopoly is so much worse. So I think we should only let it be a game. But anyway, I think either the last stream or the stream before, I literally said something along the lines of, chat, my like financial status is not your burden or something along those lines. You know, basically saying like, you do not have to donate in order, for whatever reason. And that still remains true, because what I mean is, y'all do not just, let me say, you don't have to, do not just give me money. You have no pressure to do that. Do not worry about it. We're all kind of in the same boat here. Don't even worry about it. But with that in mind, to help with like the costs and stuff like this, why? Because when I made the commission post and I was like, man, I hope people commission me because they want art and not just to give me money, you went, well, I guess I won't. But if I wanna, I mean, if you really want to, as we're I mean, I'll say this, we're decently close to a Twitch payout, so like that'd be a good way without anyone having to spend too much money, because it's just been accumulated over the first few months of this year. But regardless, what I'm saying is, besides the fact, A, I don't want to just ask people for money, and B, I still have some grad goals left to do, about 4.5 by my count. I'm opening commissions, and that's what I want to do. I want people who legitimately, need some kind of art or graphic design work done or animation work done to be like, hey, Cahill, I would like to hire you for, does this make sense? I hope it makes sense and I'm not coming across as an ass. Like, I just want, I don't want to get money just because I asked nicely. I want to provide something of value to people. So with that in mind, if you're like, well, I don't need a commission right now, then, well, first off, let me do, where's it? There it is. If you just want to share the post around, that would be more than helpful enough. Like, literally, that more than anything, if you're like, well, I don't need a commission right now, then that's A-okay. The way you can help is just share the post, and that's good. You've done enough for your old pal Cahill. Don't worry about it. I'm always afraid. Since I talked about it last time and now I'm talking about it now, that it comes across as kind of rude, but I like doing streams for fun. I don't want people to be like, well, I have to donate. I have to be like, Cahill, please. No, you're good. I mean, heck, the fact I'm working on like my cartoon and stuff like that, like, this is stuff I would just do whether or not I was on Twitch or blah blah blah. I do streaming for fun, and I want to be an artist, blah blah blah. So I would like to. I would rather not have to worry about money in the large scheme of things. When I get back in New Jersey, I probably will not have a job waiting for me. And that just means I'll be streaming more. And not in a way of like, hey, donate, but more so just because like, it's a thing to do. More people might find the channel that way. That's always nice, blah, blah, blah. I'll be able to work on like the art and Patreon, which inherently helps. So yeah. So yeah, I will say, I did before I even opened commissions to help me with the train. I did get a small commission from someone, which is nice. And then one of our slots has actually been filled so far, so I'm not doing too bad. This is what I'm saying. Do not feel pressured. I just wanted to talk about, mean stuff like that. It's so weird. Because I'm trying to think of how to tell the story, but basically, when Walt Disney Studios opened up, Walt Disney was not a businessman per se. He was not good with money. So he had his brother Roy, who was an accountant, Roy Disney, who ran the company for about a decade after Walt died. He had him do literally all the finances, and that was how it worked. Walt did all the creative stuff. Roy did all the finances, and I completely get where that was fucking 100 years ago, and I completely understand where he was coming from. Because, yeah, I was thinking about that too when I was talking about my friends about the commissions. I was like, wow, I sure am capable of running a studio, right? That's something I should be held responsible for. One day, Cahill Comics will be profitable. How long will that take? I guess technically it's profitable now. If I make $1 on my comics and stuff, I pay nothing to make them, so. It's so weird. I don't. Money. Oh, the worst. But I hope everyone's doing okay. I kind of just wanted to get out here and talk about it and stuff like that. Yeah, I could use help in at least getting my commissions out there and getting people who need the commissions to commission me. The word commission a lot. But I don't want to just come here and not chat for money. Because here's the thing. The people who come to my streams a lot, so ridiculously supportive. And I don't want to let them down by always needing help. I want to be able to take all the support they give me and be able to do even more with it as opposed to just asking for more support, if that makes sense. I want to make y'all proud. I want to build something we can all be proud of. Goku, Vegeta, Superman, LeBron, they were my friends. I won't forgive you. Detroit. So here's the thing. I might end up re-downloading it. LeBron, yeah. Because there's a video for when Deku got added to Smash. It's a family. No, Pig, I'll kick your ass. Don't you dare. Yeah, when Deku got added to Smash, someone made a video of him giving an emotional speech about all the other characters. Deku got added to Smash. Deku got added to Smash months ago. That was the start of the newest season that has been going on for the past year. Well, not year, but 2023. He been Smash. Oh, yeah, I do mean Fortnite. Yeah. Well, he's the one. Deku says Smash, so I got it mixed up. Can we get Deku Hero Academia in Smash? Anyone who wanted any anime characters in Smash is a insane person and should be held in a court of law. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't know the fucking. They make other anime fighting games. Go to those. There's any number of other games good for an anime crossover. Don't do Smash like that. Got enough going on already. Yeah, I will say, I actually uninstalled Fortnite purely just because I just like it takes any system Fortnite is on, it takes up a lot of space. Which, granted, giving credit to Fortnite, it's a good game, and it has a lot going on in it, so I completely understand. But I haven't been able to play recently. I've only been at work all the time forever, and if I'm at work, and if I'm not working traditionally, I'm working on animation. So with that in mind, it would be better for me just to have space on my Switch rather than, and I don't even like playing Fortnite on Switch. I prefer better, because I think Switch is a great console. It's not great for Fortnite though. There are many consoles it looks better on. But it was the only one that worked at my new apartment. And Lord, that's the thing that stings the worst, right? I'm paying so much out of pocket for this, but Lord in heaven, my apartment is not good. I have okay internet, I guess. It is not, but I mean, I can't hook up, it doesn't hook up to my PS4. I can't hook up my PS4 and shit to it. Oh no. Siri, I didn't even know I could call up. I like Fortnite too. But what was I just thinking of? But yeah. If by some miracle from God, I somehow acquired a PS5, not bought, obviously, at this stage. Never, not buy, not now, probably not in 5 years, but if I somehow won or stole a PS5, I'd probably put Fortnite on it. I get the new Demon Souls. I get Miles Morales. I literally can't think of any other. I'd get Cyberpunk. Those 4 games. Wowzers, Bowsers. 4 games on a $500,000 system. No. No. Pig, I could. This is what I'm saying, right? That's the reason I haven't gotten a PS5, and probably the reason I won't for a while. Firstly, I could use that money for any number of life things. Any number of life things at all, which is currently what I'm looking at. Secondly, after all that is taken care of, I could use it to get a PC, at which point I can play half the game, like a decent PC, play half the games I've talked about on that PC. And then maybe, if I still have money burning a hole in my pocket, which I wonder what that's like, maybe I'd consider wondering if a PS5 would even be worth it. I'm sure there's some people who are like, yes, absolutely. Like, if you're a full-time game streamer, then yeah, obviously a PS5 is worth it on multiple levels. But I don't make my living in video games, unfortunately. So that's me. Get you a very exactly. Like I need to do like research on how to actually get a good PC before I even look at a PS5, and at that point I would just get the PC. Yeah. Also, can I just say, I found a good artist comic, which 110% expresses how I feel, which is that I haven't had luck in getting any art jobs, and this job ain't all it's cracked up to be. and there's a comic I'm sure quite a few of you have seen where it's like when I get rejected by another job, and it's someone walking into the woods with a piece of art in their hand, and they come up to like what can only be described as a pack of furries, and then they humbly set down. Oh, my hand's got a lot of schmutz on it. They humbly set down the art in front of them, and then like bow down as they scuttle away. And it's like, yeah. I've never done it. I would honestly, if you know, someone was like, hey, I want a furry commission from you, I'd probably be like, oh heck yes, finally, my time has come. It's not even a money thing. It'd just be like, finally, my internet artist rite of passage. I've really made it. I would be so excited. I mean, I have done work for Chen, so there is always that. But I don't know. Maybe part of it is just that's typically to promote Chen's streams, as opposed to just like, hey, can you draw my persona? You know what I mean? So I've also done work for Pig. Pig is the second biggest furry I know next to Chen. So they call him Big Papa Pig in other circles of the internet. I'm not. I know. I jest. You are simply a little guy. Pig is not. Pig probably could not be described as a furry. He's just a little guy. He has little guy soda. Also, I did see. You can't. I mean, I'll say this. Well, how about this, Riku? Do not spend your points. You can just say it, and I'll tell you if I think I would be able to play it in my current situation. Though I'm waiting for my next. This is the other thing, right? So I do want to also talk about the fact that, you know, like I said, I've got other grad goals to do, blah blah blah. So with that in mind, it's like, when are those happening? I'm waiting for my next schedule to drop for work, and if I have off on a Monday, Sunday, or Thursday, we will spend that entire day. I'm not joking. We will spend the entire day playing Sekiro. Like we will hammer away at Shadow Hearts. Oh yeah, isn't that on Steam? I might wait. If it's on Steam, if it's on Switch, I would consider it. I'm gonna open up Steam right now. Nope, actually, Steam is updating. Nope. This is a bad idea. I realized this was a bad idea after I pressed the button. Computer. If it's on Switch, then I could definitely take a look into it. Because I don't think so. Damn it. I do love putting on a Nintendo mix and hearing actually Delfino Square, because obviously the Siva Gunner version is the one a lot of people think of. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. I hope everything, like, tell me, chat, am I chill? Are we chill? Like after me like talking about commissions and like life and stuff like that. We all good? I hope so. I hope y'all are doing good in general. But still, you know. I will say I was watching a VOD of someone, and it's someone I like. Delfino, but it never starts is the best version. I disagree on the meaning of best. But I will say, I was watching a VOD, and it is a streamer I like. This didn't really change my opinion of them. and they said something like kind of a little bit rude. Like they were like, oh, you know, I didn't mean it like that. You know, they just phrased it wrong, and I've been there a million times myself. But you know, they phrased it wrong, and they're like, oh, was that kind of rude? Should I? And all their friends was like, they had like a couple friends on call, and all their friends were like, no, you're fine. And in my head, I was like, it was a little rude. You know, just like a little bit. So as an artist, and as just a person who cannot tell social cues, I do really appreciate when people are just very straight up, you know? When I have a piece of artwork and I'm like, man, this doesn't look good, and everyone's like, no, it's amazing. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I need you to be like, what is there? I know there's something specifically wrong with this. I'm begging you to tell me. Sometimes you need a critic. Not all the time, though. Sometimes people could do with stop being a critic, but you know. I mean, I was talking about that last stream too. You know, like everything in moderation. There's no one solution for everything, so. Before you randomly criticize a man on the street, just anyone on the street, be like, is this the right time for this? Excuse me, I realize your wife just died, but your shirt is untucked and it really isn't looking professional. You could use a haircut, my guy. I'm just trying to keep it 100 with you. It's like, dude, it's not the time. A piano fell on my wife. Usually it's comical. But today it's tragical. 3, 8. I will say, it is still kind of a problem that I don't have that much time to do art for myself. None, you know, outside of work and stuff like that. Like, I get a bit done, but not that much. Because it did occur to me I have my Coucher 3DS, which probably would not be a bad way to play games on stream in my current situation, but I'd have to figure, besides the fact I have other grad goals to do, I need art to, like, I would just need to figure out what game to play on it that I own. which would also already have to come after every other plan I have for stream. So much planning, so much to do, so much to see. What is wrong with taking the back streets? In my opinion, Backstreet's back. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm just kind of taking it easy. Let's just, you know, bit of a serious topic to start out stream. Let's take it easy. Let's chill. Take a chill pill, my guy. No, I can't give you guff about that, Laz, but I will question about the selling your parents part. How much does your typical dad go on the current market? Man, remember, as someone who's not really in to the Animal Crossing gameplay loop, the intense black market affairs that arose when New Horizons came out. Just the cutthroat business landscape that came out when New Horizons released. It didn't make me want to get into the game more. Well, now you're talking about bounty hunting, and bounty hunting I can get with. You know, I've thought about this a lot, and dude, it was so bad. It was. I do not, but my island looks amazing. It was so bad, but also I 100% also took part in it. But speaking of bounty hunting, that made me think about being a pirate, as I usually think. I'm usually thinking about being a pirate at any given point in the day. And with that in mind, I've thought about, so if I just get a boat, right? Let's say I get boat. I get boat to sail around the world in. Some boats, like different cruise lines, have Wi-Fi, right? How much would it cost to get Wi-Fi on my boat? Like decent Wi-Fi on my boat as I go out to sea? Do I have to be in a certain distance of land for it to work? Oh yeah, it's time to mop dance. Everyone mop dance to Coconut Mall. I should buy a boat cat. There's a cat that, wait. I'm gonna look this up. I should buy a boat cat. Wow, that's an autocomplete. Yes. I know this one. I've just never seen it with the caption of I should buy a boat. It's always just a cat reading the newspaper. In my eyes. Oh shit, we just got Coconut Mall. It's time to mop dance. Yeah, very fun with that. Listen, I like bouncy animations. Kiki Flipnote is a master artist of our time. And he only does bouncy. So pour some respect out for my guy. Kiki's genre of work can be described as boing. You know what? I'm gonna take one shortcut here and just make sure we get the body, because I'm taking a bit of time here. Listen, I like to redraw as much as I can on these things, because that, at the end of the day, that's what helps create the classic cartoon feel, just having to do the line art again and again and again. But those cartoons took a long time, and for a reason. So with that in mind, it's okay every now and then to be like, you know what? Let me copy and paste like a couple things. I'm also doing the bros as separate like frames and stuff like that. Kind of in part because what is it? Because so if you let's turn off, let's disappear some of these frames. This is the angle for Willie. He's got his eyes sticking out and it says pay. And then Walt's eyes are going to be sticking out and it's going to say day. Because if you've remembered the scene we animated before, they see a flag, it's got a money symbol on it. They're looking at a ship to plunder, so they're going to do a whole eye-popping thing to show their intentions of sea theft. Sea theft? Sea theft. with that in mind, well, the big thing here is timing, because like they're gonna be a little bouncy, so like Willie's eyes goes out first, and the pay settles, and then Walt goes after it, the day settles. You know what I'm saying? Does this make any sense? No? Okay. It's just kind of like a delayed time thing. Is kind of what I'm going for here. You're gonna teach me how to draw cartoony. I mean, I can do that. Laz, Laz, just do me a favor. Play both Banjo games and then Epic Mickey. Just keep doing that. Laz, do me a favor. Play Epic Mickey 12 times in a row. Eventually, you'll learn how to draw cartoony. Oh no. Listen, it's what I did as a kid. And look at me now. Broke. I can't even play a game one time in a row. Ah. Well, okay, to draw a still image cartoonily, not too hard. To draw a still image cartoonily and also make it look really cool, little harder. To draw a cartoony image as an animation, it's just an endurance test. Maybe that's why I feel like I have a lot of patience. I typically find myself as thinking of a lot of other people as impatient. And maybe part of that is because I'm an animator and I'm just willing to sit in one place for 8 hours a day, drawing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I am so impatient. Just gotta go zen. This is something I don't know. So, let me talk about this. I cannot remember what music this is. I mean, I could check real quick. Barry has the thing at the bottom of the stream where it's like music playing and it's able to show the YouTube video. And I wish I had that. I just don't know what program it is and how to set it up. This is Koopa Troopa Beach from Mario Kart 64. There you go, pig. But anyway, I was at work and I'm just so sick of my job. This isn't the worst job I've worked, but it's not near the top. It's nowhere near the top at this moment. And I was just kind of sitting in it as I was going around at work the other day. And while I was a little worked up in my head, I kind of stopped and I was like, what's so bad about this, you know? Like, if you could stop this right now and do something else, like, what would you do? And the answer, if I'm being completely honest, was kind of nothing. Like, as a job, at least, you know. I'm not talking about, what would you do if you could just not be at work right now? The immediate answer would be go home and play Minecraft. Especially because those two commissions I mentioned before. I have to wait for details on what they want me to draw, so I can't even work on them right now. But I meant in kind of like a general life thing. And I was like, well, nothing. And they were like, so what's so bad about this? And I was like, not anything too bad. Cahill, how do you draw without smoothing set to 80? Well, I have stabilization set to 100. So, if that's what you mean by smoothing, I do have it set. I don't have it set at 80. I have it set even higher. To be fair, Laz, that is the thing I hate most about drawing on a computer, and the reason I was purely traditional for so long, is because at the end of the day, there is kind of a disconnect in in digital drawing spaces as opposed to physical drawing spaces, and like I never wanted to sit down and like work on settings. You know, I didn't want to sit down and work on the fucking like the preferences page just to get the drawing space how I like it specifically, when I could just sit down with pen and paper and not worry about that. But then eventually, because of reasons out of my control, it just became more practical to do it digitally anyway. So I kind of had to sit down and do the preference pages. If I'm being honest, that might be my if I was gonna give advice, what was I thinking of? Yeah, absolutely. Well, Laz, if I can be honest, that's kind of one reason I switched my comic project right now, is for the sake of like there is a lot of choices when you're drawing digitally, and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do like a pure black and white illustration, just line art, mostly line art, for a project, and that way, and with like just like the default pen, so that way I'm not worrying about all the things the computer can do. I'm literally just like doodling as I would with just a pen and paper. So that's why I ended up switching it, because I'm like, you know what? Enough of this. We gotta get back to what's important. Points to shadow, points to myself, points to the woods. Snapcube, I've gone on record on saying I like the Snapcube fan dubs. And she made an April Fool's one of Subspace Emissary. And I'm gonna be real. I was like, a YouTube April Fool's video, where it seems like a thing people want to watch, but it's not. I haven't seen that, but I didn't say anything, because like, I don't want to be rude, but a different actually, you know, if y'all want to go support a different artist, go subscribe to Doobus Goobus. That is his actual name on YouTube. I love so many of his animations, and he's almost at 1 million subs. And he made a video about that, where he was like, "Man, April Fools on YouTube is just not a fun holiday." Oh, hi, ad. I'm gonna say it again. When I believe y'all are out of an ad, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Time to talk about Doobus Goobus again. I'd be tired, mentally. The fact that, the main problem I have with work at the moment is the fact that I am there basically every day. I'm there a lot. But yeah, go to subscribe to Doobus Goobus, because he does good He does very funny animations online. They're kind of like MS Paint animations, basically. Like he does very silly characters and stuff like that. But honestly, I make a habit of liking any of his, like, as in, like, you know, YouTube interacting with any of his animations that have more, animation in them, because I love when he does, the movement and stuff, even more, and I want to make sure he gets even more compensation for that. But he's also almost at 1 million subs, so go check him out. He did a very good Phoenix Wright animation, so if you're a fan of Pig and playing in his playthroughs of Phoenix Wright, maybe, I think I posted in Pig Discord one time, but yeah, go look at it. Go do it. It's not a request. You don't have to commission me. You do have to follow Doobus Goobus. Oh yeah, but the work thing. I was just gonna say, the main problem is, no matter how long my shifts are, I'm just at work a lot. Like, I have 1 day off tomorrow before I go back to work again. And I've previously been working, I just got the, and after tonight I will have worked 7 days in a row. And I'm not confident that when the next schedules drop, I won't be working more than 7 days in a row, etc., etc. And if I'm being honest, I just wish the days were paced out a bit more. Like the schedule was done with a bit more consideration of, like, hey, whatever, because I'm not the only worker in my job who has gone through this. So I did the thing of like, hey, these people are here a lot. Maybe we should give them, like, maybe their weekend is these days. I really think, I'm a big supporter of just like, hey, you want a break, take a break, blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously there's limits, but no one works their best when not rested or, not feeling like doing their job. You know what I mean? I think the more if you get people to be sick of where they're working or what they're doing, it only hurts the process. Take a break, Cahill. Well, I can't call out. I refuse. In fact, I've already called out twice since I started working here in the past 2 months, which is honestly a little too much. I'm like that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I'm just gonna get through. I only have 2 months left. Stretch break. I mean, I should. Man, it's such a shame. I'm just self-conscious. Being self-conscious is not the best, because I sure would love a massage. I don't feel comfortable around a masseuse. Like, okay, take off clothes, and I'm like, no, thank you. Undress to your comfort level. So I put on a sweater. Put on another layer of clothes. But man, I sure would love my back to not be screaming at me. A good thing I'm not a masseuse. Good morning. What's the thing now? I'm just gonna look at the thing real quick. You can get a massage if you're close to the lawn. That is true. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like I have to really, I don't know what it is. It's not like I've been stabbed before, but I just feel like I end up having to really trust someone when it comes to, when it's like, okay, here, I'll give you a massage. So I hate to break it to you, but everyone in chat is out of consideration. And 90% of people I know in real life 90 is being generous. I hate technology. I hate technology. Let's look at it. I'm looking for my website, and the only thing that comes up is my freaking Twitter. And Twitter is a dying website.
Bird up.
Bird up.
Bird app. But Bird up also applies.
Bird app does work. I wish there was. Fucking. I hope you're well, San San. Well, sorry about this, y'all. I just, you know, I don't like letting things pass me by. Some examples and my site. This isn't even a thing of like, and then guys go like, y'all don't have to like anything about this. I'm just going through it, like, I just want to make sure I get the reply in fast, because at the end of the day, it's going to help more than anything else. My junk. I really like, I did one particular commission for my dear friend Genealogy a very long time ago, and man, I really do like that commission. It might be one of my favorite comps I've ever done.
Juice is back. Is something wrong?
Hello, Juice?
I want to put my cat on the mic.
Okay, put your cat on the mic. You have a cat?
I don't have a cat.
I was about to say. Put your
That
cat
makes what you want to do significantly harder.
that makes life a bit trickier. Today's Monday, which means Gandalf gets a lick of graham cracker. It is her favorite activity.
Did you see their age? It was kind of cute.
The what? Juice, you're breaking up. Hello?
I shouldn't be.
Okay, well now you're back. I'm not doing any art.
What is art?
Me. Because I want to make my living with it. A mistake, really. I need to make sure I forget if I put Tangled in my list of movies I gotta put on a tier list. But I gotta make sure I do. Tangled's not bad. I will say, I'm not gonna rewatch every movie I put on the tier list, because to me, in some ways, that's part of the criteria. Like, these are movies I've seen over my lifetime. How much do I remember any one of them? Like, a couple of them I'll review, but some of them I'm just like, this one didn't really stick with me and I don't really care about it, so... C. If I'm being I would like to throw my hat in the ring for potato chips. Or I guess rehydrated potato crisp, as Pringles are known as. But, honestly, I just like potato chips. I don't like to get wacky with the flavoring. Where does it even come from?
Are you a salted Lay's person?
I mean, I haven't assaulted anyone, but, you know, don't.
You
I know what both of you are thinking. Get out of here. Leave!
I mean, I wasn't until you said something.
You forced this identity onto me.
No.
You literally have. Bananas are great. Some people really don't like bananas, but I love bananas. And they are the most popular fruit in the world. So, if If I was on a deserted island, I'd probably mostly eat bananas, so long as there were banana trees there. Can you eat coconut crab? Like, okay, I am, as Amelia Earhart once was, I have crashed on a deserted island. Unlike Amelia Earhart, though, I have every intention of surviving the ordeal. I find a coconut crab. It is slow.
I don't think it was a matter of intention.
I was thinking. I find a coconut crab. It is slow and dumb. I am able to destroy the coconut crab. Does it have edible? Does it carry edible meat? Can I eat the coconut crab? It does.
Coconut crabs are edible, and the best part that people like to eat are the eggs in the females.
Oh no! No! You fucking absolutely not!
Eat the coconut crab eggs.
No. I wanted, but I just thought of it because they're so big. I was like, oh, big old crab legs. Let me get some of those. But fucking, apparently people out there are sickos. Everyone's so afraid of coconut crab. But meanwhile, I'm like, if you get caught, it fucking, that'd be like being afraid of being, I don't know, like, I can't even think of being run over by a steamroller. Like, if you get caught in that situation, it's kind of your fault. Yeah, roller. Outside of Dio Brando, if you are in a situation where a coconut crab has endangered your life, I am hard pressed to believe that you did not put yourself there. That it was not your own doing.
Victim blaming.
Listen.
Oh my god.
Coconut crabs are slow and they're not particularly smart, and they like to eat a single thing. It's in the fucking name. So, unless you round the corner and like as you do so, your ankle is caught by a coconut crab, which even then I'm granting a lot of reaction speed to the coconut crab. Then I don't know how these things are like endangering you. They're pretty easy to avoid.
Yeah, but what if they get a knife?
Yeah, what if they go up to a coconut in a tree and jump on you with the knife?
I don't think they've ever. This is one thing I've seen, because I think I sent this to you guys actually on Insta, because like someone was talking about like, yeah, they can climb trees to eat coconuts. They don't jump down from the trees on top of like prey.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
Yes, I do, because if crabs that big were jumping down onto people, it'd be a really widely reported thing.
You don't hear about it because they don't survive. Duh.
Well, then again, then you have to be going somewhere, because then if it's not happening around other people, then you're going into coconut crab territory.
Yeah, but people don't know it's dangerous because people don't survive.
Well, they might not survive. They might not know they're being killed by coconut crabs, but they know they're dying. They're like, hey, Jeff walked into the woods the other day and he never came back.
Eats the body.
What?
Listen, not after the crab eats the body.
Stealth, you fucking moron, you're not listening. Okay, if Jeff walks into the woods and he doesn't come back, they're like, hey, Jeff walked into those woods and he's fucking dead. We shouldn't go in there. And if they, and let's say Jeff is the, wait, no, shut up. You've lost the right to talk. Listen, and if they send a search party in, and by your logic, the coconut crabs kill them too, then people are gonna be like, hey, we've sent several people into the woods and they haven't returned. Like, you are still engineering the situation. You're a white person in a horror movie. The person said, hey, don't go to the old lake cabin, you'll die, and you went to the old lake cabin.
And I'll do it again because I'm adventurous, Cahill.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna blame the coconut crabs. It's your fault. You're walking into the death territory.
Some pirate you are.
Oh my lord. This is not the same. Fucking. I was about to say,
we aren't the same. I have an adventurous spirit.
I'm built different.
And a will to seek out ways to die.
Okay, but this isn't like Luffy seeing fucking Kaido and being like, I'm gonna kick his ass. This would be like Luffy seeing the ocean and being like, I'm going for a swim. the thing that explicitly can kill him and is going to kill him, and he's
how many times has he actually done that though? He's
maybe
done that
2.
a few times.
Yeah, a couple. But listen. Yeah, and guess what? Everyone blames Luffy. They don't blame the ocean. They aren't like, Ocean, how could you do this to our beloved captain? They blame Luffy for being a moron.
Well, maybe their blame is misplaced.
It's really not.
Well, alright, Ian.
No, yeah, okay. Stealth, are you all of a sudden being like, no, Luffy is the smartest character in all of One Piece? Brilliant man, brilliant man. Luffy would blame. Yes,
I'm considering
it. But the key here is that Luffy is an idiot. Everyone knows Luffy is an idiot. Oda thinks Luffy's an idiot, or at least he's like, Luffy doesn't think. He talks. He doesn't think. That is a key artistic choice in One Piece. But,
he has a great amount of emotional intelligence.
Exactly. But that doesn't mean that he thinks through his plans.
Yeah, and I don't think he thinks.
No,
Just generally.
He doesn't.
He has ideas.
Yes. Well, fun fact.
So I guess in that sense he thinks.
Fun fact about One Piece: Ichiro Oda does not draw Luffy with thought bubbles at any point, because he's like, Luffy does not think about things; he says them out loud as he is doing them. If Luffy has an idea, he will state it. There's no need to draw him thinking about stuff.
Whereas Robin, we get wonderful thought bubbles for her all the time.
Robin is Robin my favorite Straw Hat? No, it probably still goes to Usopp, but Robin might be second.
God.
Robin is amazing. For literally the opposite reasons in every shape and form.
There's four that I literally cannot decide between.
Yeah.
As the favorite.
The Straw Hats are wonderful. It's got, I was thinking about this because because I was looking at Star Wars merch and Marvel merch, and they had like the planes from Black Panther, and in Star Wars they have like the X-wings and shit, right? And it occurred to me, it's like, well, no one really gives a shit about the vehicles and superhero stuff, because at the end of the day, superheroes aren't like a world-driven narrative. They are purely the characters. So, most superheroes take place in our world. So, what are you going to do? Sell a Ford F-150, except a small one that doesn't actually drive? No, because that's not the feeling of a Ford F-150.
Hot Wheels.
But on
they
the other
Transformers.
That is fair. But on the other hand, Star Wars, there's so much world around it that it's like, of course I want to own the money and top. What the fuck are you talking about? But One Piece is like the best. It's the best of both worlds, because I love the characters, but also I would love to be in the One Piece world. Granted, it's not my favorite pirate world, but it's pretty good. It's pretty dang good.
$22 gets you a tiny law figurine to sit on your cup noodles.
No, have you gotten one yet, Juice?
No,
Okay.
I got one for Fushiguro from
Okay.
JJK.
I was about to say.
He is my son.
Drop the PayPal in chat. They'll throw one in. I was gonna say, Robin is amazing, and also I'd want to date her, which isn't the case for Usopp. But on the other hand, there is post-time skip Usopp, who is cut like a fucking Greek god.
Why would you ever want to date Usopp?
Because he's cut like a Greek. Did you not just? Okay, look at the first appearance of Usopp after the time skip, and tell me he does not have a rockin' vibe.
Yeah, he looks nice, but he's shitty.
He's funny. What? He's not.
He's absolutely not shitty.
No. Okay. This is why I love Usopp, and why I kind of am like, why I kind of roll my eyes when anyone's like, I don't like Usopp. Usopp is 100% any normal, reasonable person in the world of One Piece. And the first example is during Arlong Park. I don't care who you are. If you do not have knowledge of the world of One Piece and are dropped into it, and see any of our long crew, the first thing you're going to do is run the fuck away and think about, like, how can I get out of this? But despite being like that, Usopp is still like, you know what, I still gotta pull my weight on the crew. I still gotta do my best. And he does. So, I'm not gonna hear it. At the end of the day...
He still wins that fight.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, if we ask almost anyone the question of who would you be in One Piece, the answer for most people is Usopp. And that's still being generous, because Usopp is still a pretty damn good fighter. So, you know.
I'm still mad at what he did in Dressrosa.
What did he do? Well, we're getting into slight spoilers here, but what did he specifically do?
Run.
Oh, was it with the Tontada?
Yes.
Well, listen, fucking... Of the people to lie to the Tontada, Usopp is by far the most harmless. Usopp uses his lies for good.
Yeah, and also, in the end, he...
Does.
Never mind.
No, he does. But the important thing is he does the thing. He does the thing. He does the thing. That's where he got his famous nickname. I still don't know why Doflamingo decided to call him that, but you know.
You can make a religion out of this.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you do fucking MMA, you're not gonna be like Sanji. And unless I don't know.
Like, even if you do MMA, you're not Sanji.
Yeah, but part of that is spoilers, so I won't get into that. But and unless you are a world-renowned fencer, you're definitely not Zoro. And again, fencing is generous because fencing emphasizes. This is why I don't like fencing as a sport. Not because it's not cool sword fighting, but because it mostly just emphasizes hitting your opponent first, no matter what happens to you.
A world-class fencer in our world's still gonna lose to Cavendish.
Exactly. Like
yeah.
There's almost definitely sword fighting. Fencing is not it. But you'd have to be like the best person on earth. You'd have to actually be the world's best swordsman in our real world to even consider being Zoro in One Piece, etc., etc., so on, so on. And so for most people, if you don't go to the gym, if you don't live an incredibly dangerous life of exploration and adventuring in the real world, chances are you're Usopp. So, of course I don't like Usopp. He's me. Oh. So,
For real, for real.
For real, for real.
He's just like me for real.
He's just like me. The only other option is Nami, and that's if you're a fucking, I forget the scientific name for
Big titty?
a weather. No.
Oh.
I was gonna
A
say
meteorologist?
Meteorologist?
A meteorologist, yes.
I was gonna say a con artist, but
That too.
That too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Okay, to realistically be Nami on the Straw Hat crew, remembering again, Nami is one of 3 non-combatants on the crew, so you're still not being one of the quote-unquote cool ones. You'd have to be a meteorologist, a cartographer, a world-renowned cartographer, like someone who really fucking knows their maps, and then also a con artist. That's a lot of things. That's a
With
lot of things for
rocket
any
ships.
one real person to be. So,
She's stacked.
exactly. And again, she is one of the quote-unquote lame members of the crew. So don't come to me being like, I'm going to be Luffy, I'm going to be Zoro. You're not. You aren't that guy, my dude.
I hate the notion that any of them are lame.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying quote-unquote because at the end of the day, Chopper, Nami, and Usopp don't like to fight, but they still carry their weight on the crew and are cool for their own reasons.
Chopper's whole thing is that he's willing to become a monster for Luffy, and I love that.
But given a choice, he'd rather not fight and be a doctor, so...
Yeah.
That's not on him.
I guess I should say his whole thing in combat.
Yeah. Yeah. Juice doesn't like Usopp because he has completely reasonable thoughts when faced with certain death. Despite the fact that at the end of the day, he still ends up pulling through and doing what needs to be done for the crew.
Like a weirdo.
Oh my lord. Like a freak. This is how I know that when push comes to juice will abandon me and leave me to die.
Why would you ever think that?
Because you just said the fact that Usopp, despite being afraid of pulling through, is a weird thing to do.
No, I don't like Usopp because he did it at a very crucial moment. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Sure.
I would be cringe. I wouldn't run away at first. That's what losers do.
Also, if you want, I mean, I guess you could be Robin, I guess, if you're an archaeologist and also have committed several murders in your lifetime.
Also have grabbed the cyborg man's balls.
And the cyborg, and have crushed I guess you can be Robin if you're an archaeologist, a dominatrix, and have committed the act of murder.
Juice is two of those.
Juice is a couple.
I'm not gonna say which, for legal reasons.
And Juice, who do you are? Cream. But yeah, this is, I'm just saying. And I love One Piece for this. I was wondering, I asked some friends who are more versed in this specific anime. I was like, hey, are there like really big like strength feats and abilities in Naruto? Because
Yep.
Because I gotta say, well, like I'm world breaking. Because One Piece, at the end of the day,
A couple.
is a
I dispute Ian on this.
yeah, is a pretty like, it's a slightly smaller scale story. Like it affects the world, but in a more geopolitical sense than we are going to destroy the world kind of sense. Whereas Dragon Ball is kind of the quintessential of I will blow up the planet now, kind of action. And I see Naruto squished in between those two, and I'm like, does he do that? I was not given the impression Mr. Naruto was like, ha, I will now blow up the moon, which is an early thing that happens in Dragon Ball.
It's funny that you should bring up the moon.
And then, do they specifically blow up the moon?
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Anyway, everyone should watch Dragon Ball from the original like start to the end of the Cell Saga. Because that is an S tier anime. The rest of it, the Buu Saga gave us some great stuff, but that doesn't mean it was written well. and we're not counting GT and Super in this, even though Super is actually overseen by Toriyama. But GT wasn't, so. I think I talked about this before, but like, one of the reasons I discount the Star Wars sequels is because Mark Hamill is like, I fucking hate what they did to Luke in those. So I'm like, oh, Mr. Mark Hamill, absolutely. And that actually what got me to turn around my opinion on certain extended Dragon Ball stuff, because Toriyama is just so fucking tired of Dragon Ball. And like, you know what, man? Absolutely understand. So if he's like, I don't want to Dragon Ball anymore, then I'm gonna be like, you know what, guys? Original Dragon Ball is good enough. You don't gotta worry about it.
Let Goku die.
Let Goku die. He has. Several times. He even tried staying dead. I think by law. Movie kind of. Yeah. I mean, there is the argument for Dragon Ball Super, which is that Super Broly is a fucking great movie. So there is always that. And also Beerus and Reese are great. But other than that, like I like Super, but I wouldn't say it's the, like, you know, all that in a slice of cheese. It is not my favorite anime. OG Dragon Ball definitely still beats it out. I do not like it more than that. Stretching! Everyone make sure you stretch every now and then.
No, I'm going to shrimp all day.
Straight shrimping it. Man, I need to watch more anime, but also I've canceled my Crunchyroll subscription. And I do like manga, so at the end of the day, I'll just read good manga. And be like, yes, good. And also, there is a manga on my radar that has not gotten an adaptation yet, so I should give
What
that
is
a try. Sakamoto Days.
Oh yes, absolutely you should.
He has very good character design. Funny little mustache. Ponytail. Glasses.
Him round.
In
Him cut.
John Wick, but make him round. Yes. This is perfect. If I'm being honest though, because here's the thing, full confession, I have not fully gone through all of OG JoJo from like part 1 to 6. Like I know it, but I just haven't like experienced it fully. So I kind of just want to read the parts of that I've missed out on and do that. And also, while I've kind of had a crisis about that because someone who I watch a lot.
Crisis Core.
Crisis Core. I still need to play that as well. I talked about like the part 5 anime, specifically like a massive improvement. And while that might be true, especially for music and such, I still like Araki's art and stuff like that. Although his first name is not Hirohiko. I can't remember what his first name is. So I literally just learned it for the first time yesterday. So. But he's a great artist. If nothing else, I don't know. I guess I would have to go through all of manga and be like, who do I think the best artist is? But I would lie if I don't think Araki's in contention for the title. Because when around part 5, he really started getting into his stride. Apparently JoJo might be ending soon, but well, not soon being relevant. Soon being in, I don't know, the next decade. But I don't know. I hope he considers making another manga, even if it's much smaller scale. Toshi Yuki. Thank you, Juice. Juice, you're a good mod. Everyone commission me, not so I can pay for myself, so I can pay Juice for being an A+
No.
mod. Yes,
Wrong.
we're getting Juice on payroll.
Can I have my $1 back from the patron then?
No.
Oh,
You spent that money on company product. It is ours again.
can I at least get store credit?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Excellent store credit. Let me talk. It's so interesting because at the end of the day, that's something I've realized as I've budgeted and blah blah blah. I end up asking people for help not because for money, but rather because they have store credit. So I was like, my guy, can I please? Can I please use your store credit? They're like, yeah. I don't have a Costco subscription. I'm sorry. I can't get the fancy bulk items. But someone I know does. Give me that bulk V8 injected into my name.
You are now cut off from V8 energies.
No. Well, I would be very upset very quickly.
You must switch to the other caffeine alternative.
I feel like that would be worse for me, honestly.
Professor.
Yeah, no. My mom used to tell me that coffee would stump me good. I don't know if that's true.
Kinda. It's a lot of junk science, but it has some truth to truth.
A lot of science is junk science.
Wrong?
Well, okay, let me rephrase it. There's a lot of science around food that is just kind of fucked because they just want to put it in magazines. Yeah, and that's why I don't really ever look into like diet and stuff like that. Like obviously, if my doctor's like, "Hey, stop eating this," then I will stop doing that. That's happened before, by the way. But I needed to come from like a doctor that specifically run test numbers and stuff like that. But I do not trust magazines or even really research papers at this point. Here about and again, we're talking about just food stuff like chocolate and coffee and blah blah blah. Because those are the most important things. Not, factors that are like, hey, here is health benefits in this. Because like, blah blah blah. I need some real backing for me to be like, yes, this is a fact about coffee, chocolate, and wine that I trust.
And you'll never get them.
Exactly. So, I'm just gonna eat what I like and try and be somewhat healthy. And if I die at 40, then I die at 40.
Eat your vegetables, Kat.
Listen. Walt Disney died at the age of 66, which is decently young. So if I wanna just fucking outdo that man in every way possible, as I said I've do for my entire life, then I just die at the age of 65. Because that is not gonna be better. So
That would be pretty nice.
that would be pretty nice. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on stream, but that is my dream. That is my dream to become king of the pirates. I looked at Walt Disney and I was like, he was okay. But he was better. And so far, every professional animation studio I've ever applied to has looked at that and said, no. No. I don't think so. Not today. Not this one. This one was made up. This one was created by an author. No. It's fake. It's fiction. Don't you just love looking at some onion skin cat? Just the blurry images of it in the past.
Oh, if I could have actual onion skin.
No, that's what it's called when you see like animation cells and other animation cells. It's called onion skinning. Probably based on onion skins.
I love onion.
Onion. Someone in my store the other day was talking about Shrek, and they said something along the lines like, yeah, you don't need to watch past Shrek 2. That's kind of the peak. And that is completely correct.
Wait, I like Shrek 3 though.
No, you could be wrong about that. That's okay. You're pretty smart, but you could be wrong about this part.
Which one's the one where he turns into a dude?
That's 2.
Oh, I like Shrek 3 though, as well.
I mean, I said this about the animation tier list, but, like, anything past Shrek 2 is not getting a very high rating. And it is also, relevant to, like, I don't remember it that well. I remember bits of Shrek 2, not the entire film, though, and I have no intention to. I remember not liking it that much when I watched it the first time, and that's all I really need. Is it forgettable? Did I not like it the first time? I don't need to watch it again.
Who's to say?
Who could really tell you? I can't. My name is Dylan Cahill, and I'm the world-leading expert on all of information. How does Maya work?
Yeah.
Shut up. I only try to do that. Okay, guys, who wants to give me $100 so I can pay for Maya for 1 month? Don't do that, I have Blunder. Blunder is just free Maya. So. That's probably the best time to talk about pirating. When someone's like, man, I can't afford X subscription service like Adobe. You're like, hey, psst, you don't have to pay for it. Don't encourage them with more subscription models. It is. Subscription models are icky. How are you guys doing, by the way?
I need better spells.
Are you playing more Old Circle?
Yeah, I started a multiplayer character with some friends, and I'm playing a magic-based character this time.
I was about to say, wands are for wimps, but if it's for multiplayer, go nuts. Because at the end of the day, because I would argue, a good spell build can be harder in multiplayer than the game itself. But in the game itself, I'm not gonna be like spells are the easy mode. But at the same time, you know, there are certain bosses are easier for spells, and certain bosses are easier for melee. It all depends.
Yeah, I'm finding that there are a lot of bosses that have "I'm in your face now" moves,
Yes. Oh, well,
which
yeah.
are terrible for casters.
Elden Ring is the pinnacle for that kind of Souls combat. I mean, if you don't know, the reason why Bloodborne didn't have shield, if you don't, so Miyazaki, who made, I forget what his first name is, because there are two Miyazaki's parentheses Souls, Miyazaki parentheses animation. And ironically, I think this Souls one is probably the nicer guy from what I hear. Anyway, but he did Dark Souls 1, then didn't do 2, which is good because I don't like that one. And then did do Bloodborne, and then 3, then I think he did Sekiro and Elden Ring. Well, he definitely did Elden Ring. But anyway, when he went on to make Bloodborne, he removed shields because he was like, I see people getting shields in Dark Souls and just like turtling behind them and just being really defensive about all of combat. And he's like, I don't like that. We're gonna make it much more aggressive in this game. And like, he's kind of gone back and forth on that, which is probably a good thing because it allows different build variety in different games. But
Cahill.
Go on.
I'm sorry for interrupting,
No,
but
you're good.
like you were talking about how like magic characters are like castery and shit, and I do have an aspect of that in my character. But are you familiar with carrying grandeur?
I know that. Well, I mean, I know you're probably talking about like the spell melees, right? Like the thing.
It's an Ash of War on the carrying Knight Sword.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, there's casters, and then there's just like magic builds that don't necessarily cast magic, but can do certain stuff with it to make their melee better. Have a good meeting, Riku. Bye.
I DM'd you a GIF of it being used, or a GIF, however you prefer.
I like GIF. I have seen this. That's pretty cool, though. I do not mind that. Like that, I will say, that's probably the best of both worlds when you get to use these super cool spell options in conjunction with melee. It's just, it can take a lot of levels, among other things, to get those going, so...
This one already has magic scaling.
Exactly. But...
Or in scaling, I should say.
I was just gonna say that, yeah, Hidetaka. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to get it wrong. Man, this is on a roll today. But I will say, I think the best approach for the game design is like a kind of mixture of both, like making shield viable, which is kind of what Elden Ring has. It's one of its best aspects, is that they added the shield counter, which I was already kind of doing in Souls, because I would wait for them to hit my shield, and then the last bit of stamina, I would go in for the attack, and they super encourage that in Elden Ring. But at the same time, Elden Ring is so aggressive that it can just be better to, like, not use a shield and end up just being good at dodging. So it might be kind of the pinnacle at this point of that design philosophy, but we'll see. I do kind of hope they make Tears of the Kingdom for. I mean, they're doing the DLC, but after that, if they do more as an Elden Ring series, which who knows if they're going to do that, or if they're going to be like, nope, next one off game, which I'm okay with. But if they do more with it. Oh, go on.
I think you meant Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Well, yeah, I said Elden Ring DLC.
Yeah, you said Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, no. What I was about to say was I hope they do
Oh.
a Tears of the Kingdom kind of thing where it's like not necessarily as much Tears of the Kingdom where it is
Oh,
largely
okay, I
the
see
same
what
map,
you're saying.
but like I want that if they do another Elden Ring game and it's open world and stuff, I hope it is still kind of in the land between and we get to see some of the locations we visited before, but now like different in a cool way for the purposes of exploration. Because I mean, honestly, that might be best given how much they ended. Like, Stealth talked about this when he started Elden Ring. Like, he likes the kind of more tightly designed Souls games and everything like that, which is an opinion I share. Part of the reason why is like I don't think there's much gained from the open world experience when they reuse a lot of bosses and stuff like that. Like, it's cool to do the open world and it's fun, but it doesn't necessarily add or diminish from the game. It's just kind of a neutral move in my opinion. Honestly, the thing it probably adds most is like crafting. You get to farm the materials and make stuff. But regardless, it might be best for them to kind of reuse a lot of stuff map-wise from Elden Ring if they do a sequel, just for the sake of being able to add more like unique experiences in it. Because like they can just be like, okay, we're taking the Raya Lucaria model and the Atlas Plateau model and blah blah blah, and we're gonna take that, put it in the new game, redo some of the areas. But now we've saved ourselves a lot of time. We can make new, like, cool experiences as rewards for exploration, as opposed to needing to reuse as many of the same enemies. We can focus more on enemy design and unique map design, which I think would be cool. I mean, friends in this call have talked about have a good clean Sam have talked about like their apprehension with Tears of the Kingdom, but frankly I love getting to re-explore areas in sequels to games, I've said. But with that in mind, like, you know, I get it. But I'm still very excited for it. And I would love to see what Elden Ring would do with remixing the map from the first game. Any future sequels, if that's the direction to go with. I don't know. We'll see. At the end of the day, it's kind of up to Miyazaki because, you know, he is such a driving force behind those games. And I'm not saying they can't make one without him, but it would probably be better if he decided to jump on and kind of follow up the Elden Ring after the DLC, as opposed to being like, nope, we're just making the DLC. I don't care if Miyazaki's coming with us. Mom, we left Miyazaki at home. Too bad. He can stay home. I miss Miyazaki at the table. Also, I didn't know this before I refused to say their names out loud, but the fact that there's not only two incredibly optimistic Miyazaki making different forms of media. They're both H. Miyazaki. I'm like, I like both of them. I need to remember the differences. I need to remember their names. I'm just bad at names. If it ever gets to the point where I do like cons and stuff, I don't remember people's faces or names. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with it. It extends to my family. It's not just people I meet online. I can't remember family members' names. I'm so bad. Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
No. Well, I mean, it depends on how often you see them and stuff like that. But I'm saying it's not like a point against you that I can't remember what your name is or like when we last met. I'm literally just bad at that, and I apologize. Please, you can't feel free to take offense. Like I get it, but please know it's not a personal slight against you. Hello, Shadow Mage. How you doing? I hope well. Shadow Mage, we have a new emote. You can dance with a mop now. feel free to mop dance. Me. Oh no. This left way too long. I mean, I feel that, but I mean, look at it this way, Smeagol. If you're that tired, then no one can really blame you for it, and it's good you got to sleep more than anything else. I usually just make a note of like, well, I slept in a lot today, so make sure I sleep properly and wake up early the next day. Sleep is important. Yeah, but why am I that tired? I don't know. Disease? I don't. It's still kind of weird to me that your body can just get so tired from being sick. How do you animate a smile? How do you animate a child smiling?
Carefully.
Carefully. Hey, Steph.
Yeah?
You know the thing I love that you know about and not many other people know about? The thing.
What?
The thing I love from the one thing that I know about and you know about, not everyone else knows about.
I apologize. This boss music is very loud for some reason.
Is it? Oh, you mean Elden Ring.
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
So I couldn't quite hear what you were saying.
You're good. It's also on me for being cryptic.
No, it wasn't an understanding thing. It was that I can't hear you. I can hear that you're talking, but I can't hear your words.
I can't hear you. It's too dark in here. Yeah. You're right. I don't know. I don't know if this is a line I always end up walking, but like we live in a society, bottom text. But you know, so much of our world is focused around work and making stuff that I'm never gonna blame someone for being like, I'm tired and I'm sleeping. Like obviously it's not always good to make that your entire life, but you can definitely do it more than most people are used to. Everyone could do with a little extra R&R. Even more so than is typically, given or accepted, I guess. Again, not the best to make it your entire life, but it's good more often than not. I'm literally talking about how often I'm at work these days, so yeah, a lot of the times when I'm off and don't have something to do, I'm gonna lay down. Yo, hi Oki, what's up? Elkie, have you considered the fact that I love you? That you're cool? You're a good friend of mine? Am I quiet? Am I quiet? Hello? Hello? Okay, well, everyone was quick to tell me how loud stealth was. But yeah, I'll crank up my own thing. I apologize. I mean, I also kind of crank my mic down to keep people passing by from just picking up on it, but still, everything is loud. Well, why did? Oh my lord! I'm gonna watch. This is gonna be the such a
Expect people to tell you things?
yes. I know sometimes I end up being like, damn it. But it's better I know than I will. In terms of actual emotion, I'll feel actually worse if we wait until the end of stream. I appreciate it, Loke. Oh.
Also,
Oh,
to
I'm
be fair,
good.
I have your stream very low, otherwise I'd be hearing double of everything and would go insane.
No, you're good.
I
Yeah,
also
well,
have
not,
to mute it.
it's not you guys. Like Pig, but Pig is another friend who's been here, and he said nothing.
Is working.
Pig is old.
Yeah,
Pig-
you may think it's just his hearing going.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't blame Grandpa for this. I should blame him for global warming and pay inequality. That was all Pig. All of that was Pig.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe Pig chose to do to make that a thing.
He chose to make both of those things.
Hey, come on.
Hey, Juice, I have a question.
Answer.
None of the planets are set to crash into anything in the next millions and millions of years, right? Do you not know the answer
Not
to this?
planets, I don't think.
Okay. Because I saw a TikTok yesterday about like
TikTok.
orbits and stuff like that. And you know, there's stuff that orbits Earth and then the orbit decays and they are destroyed. So with that in mind, I was like, you know, there are orbits that just like stay where they are, and for as far as we know, those are the planets. Like, you know, as far as I know, no planets are set to like crash into each other or the sun anytime soon. So
There is a decently sized meteor that's going to get either really close or hit us in the next 50 years.
are you talking about Apophis, or is another different one?
I know not the name. I know that there is a rock hurtling toward us.
Yeah, it's one of the bigger, badder meteors that's gonna come pretty dang close. But I mean, we you know, props to you. Oh, hey, let's talk about some good news. Okay, first bit of good news, and this has been the case for a while. We all watched the video of it, but I mean, in terms of like just human advancement, the fact we've run tests on being able to use technology to deter meteors from hitting the Earth, that's pretty cool. You don't think about it, but like, I mean, shit. One of them, there's been 5 mass extinctions that has kind of reset life on Earth, and we are currently working to prevent what caused one of them. And the fact we're able to do that is pretty cool, especially hoping it's ready for any kind of a real event that might come up. But secondly, this was pretty cool news. New Jersey, my precious home state, and I have said to Juice and Stealth, I hope New Jersey isn't the best place I live, but currently, I have no desire to keep living in Florida. So, out of the 2 places I've lived, New Jersey is the top one, and that has only further become the case because New Jersey recently put into law legal protections for trans folks that live in or move to New Jersey. So New Jersey has become one of the safest places in America for trans people to live, and that makes me super happy because everyone likes to shit on it, but there's some really nice places in Jersey, and it's
still
a
ass.
decent. Oh my lord!
Y'all can't turn left.
What are you talking about?
Y'all
Turn
can't
left.
turn left.
I can
Turn left.
like we don't have the physical ability, or
Yeah.
No,
okay.
You don't. There are
No,
street
no,
signs
I'm
at this
doubling
age.
down on it.
Oh.
I've almost crashed a million times while living in
Because you couldn't turn left.
Florida. No,
Skill issue.
because fucking Florida drivers are just like, I'm coming over now. Good luck. And I don't
Well,
like.
drivers don't care.
I don't like Florida, and I don't know if it's because of like where I am or if the whole state is like this, but it feels like every road is just a highway that stretches on forever. Like there's no small roads. It's all everything's longer in Florida. Why is my ass hair so long?
I guarantee you it's just your part of Florida.
That's probably true, but still, I forgot to say this, but I also do not like the weather in Florida. The sun is always out, and if I'm being honest, I'm sick of the sun being out. I'd like some cloudy. I'd like some not 100-degree days. Please and thank you.
95 with sun showers.
Yeah, that's what I love. Is it getting like the thing I love isn't rainy days that are just rainy the entire time so I'm able to stay in and relax. No. Fuck those. Don't miss those at all. I really like when it's humid out and then it rains to make it more humid and then the clouds go away so it gets hot. That's really cool. Love that. Love that in Florida.
Something about it tells me you don't.
I don't.
My God, I'm so good at this.
I got top marks and I got a good grade in sarcasm, which is a normal, impossible thing to have. Normal to want, impossible to have. Yeah, I will admit I have not been working on the cartoon much, mostly because what was the thing? Because I've been working on the comic and everything. Making the new strip and stuff like that. I'm actually probably going to call it here. I'm a little tired and I need to go eat something. Here's the other thing. If I thought it was bad at home, because Juice was actually talking about a problem like this, where like I just want people to not be in the kitchen so I can go in there and make something for myself. And that is infinitely worse living here. Probably because I'm in a smaller place with more people. But yeah, I'd love to be able to just be at peace and be able to cook something for myself. Please, I just want to eat. And not a dick for once in my life.
Well, considering that
Oh my
could
lord.
happen.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming here. I'm just gonna redo the calm thing. Again, no one here. Here's the thing: people in my chat, you've commissioned me and like support me more than enough. If you just want to share that would be the best. That would be the best thing for me. That'd be what I feel best at. Is people who I don't know being like, hey, I'd like art from you. So, but anything is appreciated. So, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Let's see who we should raid. Who should we raid? We should raid Juice. True.
I mean, nothing's gonna happen.
You say, but what if I raid you and then I get $1 million? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Deer because they were actually posting in their, what was I thinking of? In their Discord, they're having some of their own hard times. So, how about we go over to Deer's chat and we can show them some love? How does that sound? Don't love me. Love Deer. Love deers. I want to pet a deer. You know, I'm loving it. I haven't. To end the stream, I'm so pissed. I've lived in Florida for a couple months now. I want to see a manatee and pet it. I want to pet a manatee, but I haven't seen one. Have I been to the beach? No. But I don't have time to go to the beach and pet a manatee. Before we go, what's up, Laz? You have a thing before we go? It's okay because Firefox takes forever to load up my stuff. Can you look in art gallery? In art gallery. Up. Aww. Thank you, Laz. That means a lot. I'm gonna hang this up on the fridge. That's really cool. That could be on the flag, honestly. That's super cute. I appreciate it, Laz. That made my day. Well, I hope we can bring this same supportive energy to Deer's chat. Y'all. This is what I'm saying, right? It'd be better if you guys help me promote the commission sheet because y'all already do so much for me, and I appreciate it. Y'all are the coolest. But yeah, I'll see y'all. I think I believe Monday because I'm working Sunday, like all day Sunday. I'm working at night too, but I'm working all day Sunday. So I will see you Monday after to do some more art and such stuff, and hopefully we can. There won't be any discussion of any kind of problems Cahill has. We'll just have a rowdy time. A good old. There will be a small orgy. No, no.
No, there'll be a large one.
There will be a big one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.